It's 2015, and I got to give the people, what they want. It's me, Mr. B, holding it down, and I'm not from the LBC. Ooh, you heard that rhyme? That's what I'm talking about. What we got in this video today, we're going to be talking about simplifying fractions. So this should be going right in your math notebook. Simplifying fractions, okay? There are 3 ways to simplify fractions. The first one I'm going to show you about. This one always works, never fails. Takes a little longer, but it never ever fails. The first one is through prime factorization. Okay? First way you do it is through prime factorization. All right? And basically, what you do is you break down each number and find out what they have in common. Okay? So let's take an example of a problem. Let's take 36 over 80. Okay? I want to simplify this fraction. So I know that when I'm simplifying, I got to divide the top number and the bottom number by something that is the same. Okay? So I'm going to take 36 and I'm going to factorize it. I'm going to break it down into its prime factors. So I can break down 36 a lot of ways. I'm going to go 6 times 6. That equals 36. But now I got to break down this 6. 6 can break down to 2 times 3. Now I got to break down the 2. Well, can I break down the 2? No, I can't. 2 can't be broken, so I circle it. 3. The only thing that I can break 3 down to is 1 times 3. That doesn't change anything. 3 can't be broken, so I circle it. Now I gotta break, now I'm done. Everything here is circled, so I'm done. Gotta break this 6 down into 2 and 3 again. Alright? So 36 actually turned into 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 2, 2, 3, 3. Alright? That's what I did. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see that. Oh yeah, you can see that. Okay? Now I gotta do the same thing for the number 80. Not Mr. 80, but the number 80. So 80, I broke into 2 times 40. Can't break 2 down anymore. With 40, I can do 4 times 10. 4, I can do 2 times 2. And 10, I can do 2 times 5. And again, I know I can't break any of these 2's. And 5 is only 1 times 5. That's the only thing I can break that down into. So 80 turned into 1, 2, 3, 4 2's. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. All right? So now I've broken both of these numbers down, and it says break each number down and find out what they have in common. Well, I see 2 2's here and 2 2's here. That's all they have in common. So I'm going to go ahead and say, well, 2 times 2 is 4. So they both have a 4 in common. So I'm going to divide by 4, divide by 4. 36 divided by 4 is, well, what was left over? 3 times 3. That's 9. 80 divided by 4, well, what was left over? 2 times 2 times 5. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. I have now simplified my fraction. Boom. Never fails. You will never ever get it wrong. This is a great way to do it. So that's the first way, prime factorization. But now let's look at the second way to do it. The second way is finding the GCF from a list. Okay? So in this one, I'm going to take a new fraction. I'm going to take 42 over 60. And this time I'm not going to break it down with a factor tree. I'm going to start listing my multiples of both 42 and 60. Pay attention to the way in which I do this. So 42, I just count. Well, I know 1 times 42 equals 42. Those are my factors. These are factors of 42 from a list of factors. 1 times 42 is 42. 2 times 21 is 42. I knew that off the top of my head. Now, I don't know if 3 times anything is 42, so I'm going to give myself a calculator and check it. 42 divided by 3. Oh, snap, 3 times 14. So 3 times 14 is 42. I know 4 times nothing is 42. I know 5 times nothing is 42. I know 6 times 7 is 42. Notice how I went 6, 7. Once I get to a number that I've seen already, I'm done with my list. Okay? So I'm going to make a list for 60. I know 1 times 60. I know 2 times 30. I know 3 times 20. And I know 4 times 15 is 60. I know 5 times 12 is 60. I know 6 times 10 is 60. 7 times nothing is 60. 8 times nothing is 60. 9 times nothing is 60. Now I'm back to 10, and I'm done. Let me find the biggest number that is in both of these lists. Let's see a 6. Let's see a 6. Anything bigger than 6 that you guys see in common? I don't think so. So I go ahead and I take 42 and divide it by 6. 60 divided by 6. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 60 divided by 6 is 10. There's my simplified fraction. Easy peasy. Let me check my time. Oh, we're good to go. We're going to be done in under 10 minutes. Last one. The last way that I know how to simplify fractions says 3. Use your knowledge of multiples. Okay? So for this one, all right, using your knowledge of multiples, you got to remember that you must check to make sure that you have fully simplified. Okay? Super important. A lot of you are really, really good with your multiples, and maybe you don't need to list everything out. Some of us aren't so good, and listing everything out is a really great idea. But some of you are great with your multiples, and you just kind of see numbers that go into each of the numerator and the denominator. And if you can do that, that's great. Just make sure that you can check it to know that it's fully simplified. So I'm going to take something like 24 over 60, all right, as an example. So you might look at this and you say, okay, well, what's the biggest number I know of that can go in 24 and 60? And oh, maybe 6 pops right in your head. Oh, snap. Well, I know I can divide 24 and 60 by 6, and that's cool. Great. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 60 divided by 6 is 10. Here's the problem, though. This thing is not fully simplified. There is something else that you could divide out of both a 4 and a 10. What is that number? Most of you probably figured out that, oh yeah, well, this can still be simplified because I can divide by 2 and divide by 2, right? So I end up with 2 over 5. There's nothing that I could divide out of both a 2 and a 5, so this is my final fully simplified answer, all right? Quick refresher on simplifying fractions. I'm going to expect, and Ms. Reese is going to expect, that you know the 3 different ways that you can do that. We'll probably be asking you to use those ways in class when you're doing work, whether it's in Khan Academy or in group work, all right? Hope you guys are doing good, feeling good so far this year. Bass, I'm out.